Right about the 45th day, your seedlings are ready. So our seedlings are ready for transplants. Look at them, looking so beautiful. If you want to fight most of the diseases that paper faces, you have to take care of your bed, your nursery bed so well. Do a lot of treatments and preventions in your bed. That way, by the time you get your seedling to the main garden, it is stronger. Now, clearing the garden where you're going to place your seedlings is very crucial. When you look at this garden that we are having, on one side are some hot pepper which is already at the time of harvest, and then on the other side we've cleared it. It's been cleared. That's where the seedlings are going. Previously, that portion was having wild grass, but we had to till it, dig it, and completely clear it up. So this one person is weeding the adult hot pepper, or the pepper that is in the season of harvest, while other labor force on this hand is clearing the land where the seedlings are going. What you need to note when it comes to hot pepper, you need to have laborers, because there is a lot of work on the farm, weeding, watering, like all that takes work, takes labor, because you may have to water depending on the area you're having, maybe once or twice a week. And then when it comes to the weeding, now if you're in tropical land like here, every season, some seasons the weeds grow faster, that you have to weed more often, and then other seasons the weeds grow a bit less, especially in the hot seasons. Now that means on the very hot seasons where the weeds are growing really slowly, also the heat is a lot, which means you have to water more often. Sometimes you're watering water itself, not any medication. So after getting the land ready for planting your seedlings, you make the holes. Make sure that you make the holes 6 feet apart. Now after we make the holes, we normally put some fertilizers. Some people use chemicals, they use processed fertilizers. We prefer using organic. Organic is always better if you have access to it. I understand most people don't have access to organic, but if you have access to organic fertilizers, please go for them. Here we normally sometimes we use cow dung, sometimes we use the chicken droppings. Remember, you don't use them hot. You don't use them when they are fresh. You have to pile them somewhere and they ferment to the point that they are like soil. That is when they are ready for use. So in this case, we are applying our fertilizers. We put in each hole before we put the seedling. So that's what is going on right here. We have this sack. We brought the fertilizers in the sack. We keep removing a portion and taking to the holes until all the holes are filled, and then we start to put in the seedlings, the hot pepper seedlings. Remember, hot pepper is always preferred to grow hot pepper on a leveled ground. You don't want a hilly ground and you don't want a swampy ground. You want ground that's leveled, that has enough water and has enough water drainage. So we make trenches in our land because this land has some kind of a swampy feel to it. It's kind of tilted, but we make trenches in it so that the water can move and not get clogged in the soil. Though when it comes to the rainy season, the areas that are deeply down in the water, they a lot of times they get soaked and we tend to lose that pepper. But when it's a hot season, they tend to grow because then the water is not a lot. Now they are also mixing the the pesticides and insecticides that are being sprayed on the adult pepper. Pesticide and insecticide, they always come, so you have to find a way to mitigate that. You can use pesticides and insecticides which don't take very long on the plant. Like here we use nimbecidine, we use 2,4-D, like, and many others. When you go among farmers, if you are a farmer, what's your go-to pesticide or insecticide that does not take long on the plant? That's very important, because when you use medicines like striker, striker is very dangerous. Yes, it kills the insects like in a blink, but it takes very, very long in the plant. That's why if in any case you end up using striker, you should be sure you're not harvesting in at least 3 to a month is time, else you will harvest crops when they have a huge percentage of chemicals, which can be dangerous or not healthy. All right, hopefully you have enjoyed today as you go with us as we do our daily care routine of the garden, taking care of the already existing hot pepper as well as transplanting the ready crops that are ready to leave the nursery beds.